Hello everyone, I'm Mitali Singh and I'm currently working as a legal intern at Lexis & Company. This video, I will be talking about the definition of abduction specified under section 362 of Indian Penal Code. Secondly, I will be talking about what are the essential ingredients necessary to make a crime abduction. And lastly, I will be talking about the aggravated forms of abduction specified under Indian Penal Code. So basically, Section 362 of Indian Penal Code talks about abduction. Section 362 of Indian Penal Code defines abduction. It says that if a person compels another person to go from one place to another or induces some other persons to go from one place to another, then the offense of abduction is committed. In simple language, we can say that thus abduction is an offense in which a person is moved from one place to another against his or her will. In simple language, we can say that abduction is an offense in which a person is moved from one place to another against his or her will by forceful compulsion or by use of deceitful means, then clearly the offense of abduction is committed. So clearly, from the definition which is specified under section 362 of Indian Penal Code, we conclude that the essential ingredients which are necessary to make an act a crime of abduction under Indian Penal Code are: first, using force or by deceitful means taking a person away without his or her consent. If all these three ingredients are fulfilled, then the person will be held liable for the offense of abduction. In order to understand it in a better way, I will give you one illustration. And the illustration is: suppose B slaps and hurts A and tells her that if she would not leave with him, he would kill her. In this case, B commits the offense of abduction as he uses forceful means to take A away from her house. Now you will ask me that why B would be held liable? Because here in this illustration, A is the person abducted and B is the criminal. Threatening A to kill her and slapping and hurting her also amounts to the use of force, which is one of the essential ingredients under section 362. And B also tried taking A away from her house, which established the essentials of taking a person away from a particular place. So all the 2-3 ingredients which is mentioned in section 362 is fulfilled in this illustration, as a result, B would be held liable. Now let's understand all these three ingredients in detail. First ingredient is by force. So section 362 says that abduction can happen in two ways. One of these is force and the another one is by deceitful means. So first we will understand what is the exact meaning of by force here. In abduction, a person is forced to go from one place to another against his or her will. The use of force, as mentioned in this section, must be actual force and not just a threat of force. Now we jump on to the second important ingredient, which is deceitful means. According to section 362, the other way abduction can take place is by deceitful means or by inducing someone to go from some place by misleading him or her to do something he or she would not normally do. The scope of inducement here is very wide. So in order to understand it in a better way, I will give you one illustration, which is: A is a man who wears the uniform of a police officer to convince a girl, B, to come to his house with him. And because of his misrepresentation, she goes with him. In this case, A uses deceitful means to commit the offense of abduction. So, in simple language, by deceitful means misrepresenting yourself to be someone else. You are deceiving the another person, and by deceiving, you are taking away that person to another place without his or her consent, or by deceiving that person then we would say the offense of abduction is being committed by deceitful means under section 362. Now, the last important ingredient under section 362 is to go from any place. For abduction to be completed, in order to complete the offense of abduction, the last essential ingredient is the taking away a person from that place to some other place. So, it is essential that a person is compelled to go from one place to some other place, either forcefully or by using deceitful means, जो फर्स्ट टू इंग्रेडिएंट्स थे उनके थ्रू. अगर आप किसी पर्सन को लेके जा रहे हो उस प्लेस से दूसरे प्लेस पे, तो देन ओनली द offense of the abduction will be committed or will be completed. It cannot be called abduction if the person is not taken to some other place. Now, let's discuss an important judgment given in the case of Vishwanath versus State of Uttar Pradesh. In this case, it was held that mere abduction is no offense at all. The guilty and wrongful intention must be present for the offense to be punishable. In order to complete the offense of abduction, the guilty and wrongful intention must be present there. Now we jump on to the last topic of this video, which is aggravated forms of abduction under Indian Penal Code. So first aggravated form of abduction is abducting or kidnapping a person to murder. As per section 364 of Indian Penal Code, if a person is kidnapped or abducted by a person with the intention or knowledge that the person is going to be murdered or is going to be put in danger of being murdered, then such person is punishable with imprisonment for life or rigorous imprisonment for a term which may extend to 10 years and a fine. Now, the second aggravated form of kidnapping or abduction is kidnapping or abduction with intent to secret and wrongful confinements. For example, if you are kidnapping a person or if you are abducting a person to put that person in a secret or wrongful confinement, then you will be punishable under section 365 of IPC, which states that section 365 of IPC provides for punishing a person who kidnaps or abducts someone with the intention of wrongfully and secretly confining them with imprisonment up to 7 years plus fine. The next aggravated form of kidnapping or abduction is kidnapping or abduction a woman to compel her to marriage. For example, if A is kidnapping or abducting B, who is a woman, in order to compel B to marry A, then A will be punishable under section 366 of Indian Penal Code for the offense of kidnapping or abducting a woman to compel her to marriage. So section 366 of Indian Penal Code punishes a person who kidnaps or abducts a woman with the intention to force her into a marriage or with the knowledge that she would be forced into marriage. It also provides punishment for a person who kidnaps or abducts a person to force her into illicit intercourse or has the knowledge that because of such kidnap or abduction she would be forced into illicit intercourse, then such person will be punished under section 366 with the imprisonment for up to 10 years and fine. Now, the next aggravated form of kidnapping or abduction is kidnapping or abducting to subject a person to grievous hurt. Section 367 of Indian Penal Code states that if a person kidnaps or abducts a person so that such person is subjected to or is to put in danger of grievous hurt. If you are kidnapping or abducting a person to put that person into the position of grievous hurt, then you will be punishable under section 367 of Indian Penal Code. Or we can say that, for example, if a person kidnaps or abducts a person so that such person is subjected to or is put in danger of grievous hurt, slavery, or unnatural lust of any person must be punished with rigorous imprisonment or simple imprisonment up to 10 years and fine also. Grievous hurt has been defined in section 320 of Indian Penal Code, and grievous hurt includes first emasculation, second permanently damaging eyesight in an eye, third permanently damaging hear in an ear, fourth causing permanent loss of some joint, fifth permanent disfigurement of face or the head, sixth fracture and dislocation of teeth or bone, and last any hurt which endangers the life of a person and causing the sufferer to suffer severe body pain within 20 days of causation of hurt. Then if a person kidnaps or abduct a person, to put that person who has been kidnapped or abducted in any of the following conditions which will amount to grievous hurt to that person, then the person who has kidnapped or abducted a person will be punishable under section 367 of Indian Penal Code. So the last aggravated form of kidnapping or abduction is kidnapping or abducting a child under 10 years with the intent to steal from its person. For example, if A is kidnapping a child who is of 7 years of age with the intention that he would demand certain amount from the parents of that child, then such person will be held liable under section 369 of Indian Penal Code for this offence. So, according to section 369 of IPC, a person who kidnaps a child under the age of 10 years to steal any movable property from him or her will be punished with imprisonment up to 7 years and fine also.